Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy. Welcome back to another video on the channel, boys. We do have another video today, tonight rather, because tomorrow is Black Friday and we got some stuff to talk about. I'm not really sure if we're getting a stream up today. Kind of just enjoying chilling today, the holiday. If you guys are celebrating Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. As you guys can see, that is the loading screen. So tomorrow, guys, Black Friday 100% starts in the morning. It's going to be 9 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific time, and then I think it is 2 p.m. UK time. So it's going to start 4 hours earlier, and people have been asking me, yo, Nick, do you think that that means that they're going to do something like even crazier? What does that mean in your opinion for Black Friday? Does it mean anything nuts? No, the reality is, guys, Black Friday has started, I think, the last 2 to 3 years at that time. So it's just normal, nothing crazy. And then if we head over to EA's Twitter, they have tweeted out Black Friday, and then they also tweeted out this thing called Super Sunday. So in my opinion, this is one of two things, right? This is EA's way of maybe trying to make sure the market doesn't rise too much on Friday by calling something Super Sunday. What it may do is it could leave some people uneasy or feeling a little bit hesitant to buy players for their teams or whatever I guess they're craving, whatever that means. And so that's something that I definitely see as maybe something that EA is planning. Now, also my bigger theory is that EA just haven't sold as many packs as they would have liked to in the past on Mondays because people, Cyber Monday is a thing, but it's not a holiday, and people go back to work, people go back to school on Monday, so it's not so much of a day where everybody's not doing anything on foot, and I think they know that Sundays are a very, very big day for people to be on foot or just lounging or enjoying, their weekend. So this is a day where they might be able to catch people off guard a little bit more with some more money. And you guys have to understand, at the end of the day, EA is a business, right? So they need to know how to maximize their profits. So in my opinion, this is actually a very smart decision by them to do something like this on Sunday instead of Monday. I've always wondered why they did it on Monday because a lot of people like to sit there and say that EA is dead or FIFA is dead when packs don't sell out on Monday. And the reality is people just don't really want to buy lightning rounds on Mondays unless it's team of the year. So, that's something to consider. And then other than that, we don't have any other information on Black Friday, guys. That is all that we have been given. What I do expect tonight is that our good old guys over at Footwatch tweet out if there's a new code or something. What I wanted to tweet out with you guys is that there is already a new code in the database that came out, I think, yesterday. Basically, what it is going to be called as, I think it's called Player Moments, is what it came out to be. That it was Player Moments, right? And this is going to be sort of a similar SBC towards what they did with Gareth Bale last year. If you guys remember that, we got like a Gareth Bale. I think it was like a team of the year. It wasn't during Black Friday, but so yeah, I mean that's something to point out. So we got a lot to talk about tonight, right? Because tomorrow is Black Friday. A lot of you guys are wondering what's going to go on with the market, and to be honest, guys, I'm sitting here not really knowing what outcome I want to go with yet. I'm not really sure. I think it's going to be a really interesting market for sure. I think what we're going to be looking at tomorrow, guys, is a combination of maybe a player moments SBC, a weekly objective, maybe it's a player moments, and I think that that's what they'll run during Black Friday. Then it's like we have to have something in packs, right? Because at the end of the day, EA has to sell lightning rounds. So we have to have something put into packs, and I think what you guys might see in packs tomorrow is two things, right? You could either see a player moments promo in which we see 23 cards potentially come out, and EA, give us, or maybe it's like 11 and maybe they do it Friday and Friday or something. They've been doing that this year a lot. They like that. Although next Friday, I think it's going to be team of the knockout team of the group stage. So, maybe something like that, or they do best of, or they do both. Now in the situation where they do both, if we do get new player moments cards tomorrow, which is like say a minimum 11 really nice looking cards, if we end up getting something like that tomorrow, in combination with, best of team of the week, which if you guys don't remember best of team of the week last year, essentially what EA did was they put in basically the top tier informs from past team of the weeks into packs, right? So it really incentivized people to go onto the store and buy more packs, right? And something really strategic that I wanted to tell you guys was like EA did this whole thing with the base icon last week, right? So a lot of people did base icon packs. A lot of people have been doing them all week. And so what that has also done is it's made people actually a lot broker than they want to be. I do think people don't have a ton of coins right now. But what was really interesting today was I want to just talk about the market today, and then we can kind of talk about some predictions and maybe some things that you guys could look at for tomorrow. I also want to tell you guys you should check your clubs for Dutch managers. I just checked mine. Big shout out to my friend Holko. He's a Twitter trader. He tweeted out like these are worth 5K. And so I checked my club, and I had one that was 4.6. So whenever a manager is selling at 5K, go through and check it. I also want to give a shout out because I was watching NickRTFM the other day. This was about 3 days ago. He was going in his club and looking at like silver kits, silver badges. Go take a look at some of those guys. Like there was a lot of those, not gold ones, but silver and bronze ones. Some of those you guys can hit. People pay 2, 3K for those. So just check those out, man. And it's a good thing, I think, getting those out of your club. Some of that stuff before the mass supply of cards come onto the market tomorrow. You guys are going to understand there are going to be a lot of cards coming onto the market tomorrow. So could be something that you guys look into. But anyway, so guys, today rewards went really well for me. As you guys know, I bought some stuff on the Wednesday, and I shared that with you guys in yesterday's market upload. I bought some stuff Wednesday. I didn't really get to sell all of it, but I said, okay, you know what? Like rewards are coming up. It's okay. I'll just hold on to those. Where we're lying right now with everything else, we've got a Luis Hernandez that I have at 610, which is not a great buy, but it is fresh. So we'll see if we get out of that. And we are about 15 million coins. Now, I put this on my Twitter today because late last night, I wasn't that invested. I was kind of invested, but not really. And I checked the market, and some of these cards were so low. It was Aguero, Aubameyang, Griezmann, Sané, and I think it was mainly those four. And the reason they were so successful today, right, was this, right? Nobody was investing for awards today. Absolutely nobody. Nobody was planning on doing this. Everybody was scared because of the market crash. There was also not a lot of supply today, right? People are saving packs for tomorrow. So none of these cards really got supplied. And what you were left with was people getting guaranteed coins from different reward sets and people hopping on during a holiday because right now it's Thanksgiving in America. A lot of people wanted to get out and play FIFA. A lot of people wanted to build teams, play teams, right? Play with teams. It's something that really worked today. So I tweeted out, we made close to 2 million coins today off of rewards. We did really, really stellar today. We bought 25, roughly at 25 Agueros at 120. Most of them sold at 140. I got some with Hunters, man. You guys can see here, 147 and 146. I mean, you're looking at almost 20, 25K, 20K a card there, which is really good. Some Aubameyang, some Griezmann, some Sanes, and we had 20 icons left over. So, a lot of people are going to get away from this tweet and say, Nick, did you liquidate? Like, what does that mean? I took the money because there's a lot of money today, right? A lot of these cards went up today, so I decided to take the money. Now we look at where I'm at, and I'm trying to sell these icons. They're not really selling at the moment, so this is kind of annoying. But if you look at the remainder of what we do have, this page alone would put me probably in like 1.1, 1.2 mil, so you'd say we're probably at 16.1, and then if you add this page, to go, you'd probably say maybe this page makes it like 16.6. And then, so I think the trade pile is looking a little bit south of 17 mil, which is really good considering you guys follow my channel and you guys follow my streams. I did put 1.2 mil into base icons last week. I did 2 packs. So I know that set me back a little bit, but we did really well trading this week. And we did a good job to give us, some options of what to do tomorrow. So what I want to tell you guys tomorrow that I'm expecting from the market and how to navigate it, right? I think players like this, Militao, wherever they are right now, these are the types of players that are going to go down a lot. These are the guys that are going to get mass supplied all weekend. These are the guys that are just, in my opinion, not going to be able to hold any kind of supply that's coming in. 83s, 84s, that all depends on if EA drop SBCs or not. That I really can't speak about, and that I'm never going to sit here and say, guys, buy 83s, 84s. That stuff, I really don't know. What I do know is that a lot of people at the moment are buying 83s and 84s. And that there are a lot of 83s and 84s coming into the game tomorrow. So for me, I'm not really that big into investing in 83s, 84s. I mean, I do think that EA will inflate them at a certain point during Black Friday. Usually it's on the Saturday. And EA take this approach because the EA like every card coming onto the game, right? And then once every card is onto the game, then, once they're cheap, then they like to inflate them, right? So people start overpaying. And then honestly, I mean, even in that regard, then people are like, oh my God, packs are worth it now because 83s are this amount. But, I mean, there's some 83s right now, guys, that are sitting really pretty on the market. 2.7K you guys saw there for that Diego Costa. So maybe tonight what you guys can do is just go through before the crazy supply. Just see if you have any 82s, 81s, non-rares, things like that that are selling nicely right now. I don't know. We may get some SBCs that may inflate these guys. But make sure you guys are just scrolling through your club before we get all this gold supply. Because this weekend, guys, we will get a ton of gold supply. And I want that to just be... I want you guys to know that. Because I think it helps, right? I mean, it's going to happen. And it's going to hurt a lot of these golds. Now, we got a huge reward supply today. So that is something to keep in mind. We did get a big reward supply today. But I can guarantee you, I don't really think this Hector Herrera... or is it Hector Herrera? I don't think he's going to be 3K. During the lightning round. So that's why I think if you do have the time tonight, go through your club, go take a look at some of these guys, man. I think that they'll definitely give you guys some solid value that I think you won't be able to really get with all the supply over the weekend. Now, you guys could just keep them in your club if you maybe want to do some SBCs, that kind of stuff. So how do we navigate this market? How do we figure out what to do? Because at the moment, the market is not that low. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a look at Aguero, who's a player that I sold a ton over 140 today. I want to see where he is today. So right now, after all the announcements of Black Friday, he is still actually 140K. So the market is basically sitting where it was. In my opinion, it's sitting just about where it was yesterday. I'm expecting there's going to be some panic starting in a few hours. I'm not expecting anything crazy. Again, last Saturday was really low for some of the top tier metas. What I want to talk about, though, man, with you guys is that I would really be on the lookout for like these EA tweets, right? I would just be prepared because I know at the end of the day that EA have the power to crash anything, right? They really can. Now, if you're a person, that is really interested in maybe this kind of card or, like big cards like this, this is stuff that I believe if you do see a lot of panic on it at any certain point, whether it's anytime tomorrow or tonight, if you see a price that you like, I would take the price. For example, he's not that low right now, but that is a little bit lower compared to what he is, right? We're talking, these are just top cards, and I know that some people watch my videos are really interested in these top cards. I still don't think Hullet at 6 mil is cheap enough. I think that one is just not even going to drop because I think just people just worship that card, and in terms of like events and all that, I just think he's so good. What I'm saying to you guys is I don't see a way where we don't get an hour or a wave of panic. And I think you have to try to see that out. I think you guys all have to just be patient. We had a lot of panic last Saturday, but the ways, in my opinion, the best ways this year to make coins. Last year, the best way to make coins was essentially like buying before these promos, right? Because the promos came out, all there was packs, and the pack was doo-doo, and people just got richer and ended up buying back the cards they panic sold, right? It was panic in the morning. That went up. That hasn't been happening as much this year, right? If you look at the trends of buying meta cards on Friday mornings and selling Friday night, it's only really that applicable with icons. It's not really applicable with the other cards, man. The other cards do very average, man. I've done it with Gold Griezmann. I've done it with Golds this year. It hasn't been that good. So, I mean, I've been noting all this stuff as we've gone through this year and seeing what works and what doesn't work. I think for you guys, your safest bet tomorrow, if you're a person with more than, let's say, I would say 1 million coins, maybe more than 500K, I would be looking at different tiers of icons based on your budget, and I would be looking during lightning rounds. I think that after the second or the third lightning round tomorrow, in general, the market should do this, right? After the second or third lightning round, no matter what the prices are, I'm thinking it's going to go up. That's my opinion, and that's how it's been the last 4 or 5 years. Usually what happens is you get a lightning round or two where everybody is spamming packs, and nobody's really checking the market prices for anything. So when that's happening, cards are just dropping. Nobody's buying these cards. Everybody's opening packs, and then everybody finishes opening their packs, and all at once they go into the market and start buying cards. Now, the hardest part is to tell you guys about, like, cards that are not icons to invest in. I think for me, the hardest part, guys, is we don't know what's going to come tomorrow. We don't know if EA is doing a Black Friday team called Player Moments. We don't know a lot of the answers to the questions that we want, and I think that's, like, the hardest part about tomorrow's day is that we don't really know what's going on. We don't know if we're getting a best of team of the week. That was something that was new last year. So the biggest trend that I think I've noticed is that when something is new with EA, like when they tweet out something and it's new, the community does go into a lot of panic, and the people who play FIFA go into a lot of panic. I don't know the difference between last year and this year with the loading screens. I believe the loading screen that we currently have right now is very similar to that of the one that we had last year. I think basically EA just put something in saying Black Friday, pack offers, things like that. I don't think we actually got something in the loading screen that said like best of team of the week or something like that. I think maybe we got that in the following morning. The ways in which you're going to get the panic is if EA, maybe it's in the early morning or something like that before the lightning round start. If they start tweeting out what we're getting, which I'm thinking is going to be 6 in the morning, if they start tweeting out that kind of stuff, I really think that you're going to be looking at potentially, all right, this is all potentials, but I really think that you guys might be looking at a very, very large window of panic. Now, another piece of advice for anybody watching, if you guys are interested in this team of the week and you have any of these players right now, sell them right now, okay? If you have any of these players in this team of the week, you need to get out of them right now. The reason for this is this whole team of the week is going to get smashed by lightning rounds all weekend. I don't care if you think Son or Mars is the most meta player in the world. unless there is an SBC that is requiring their card for an upgrade to a +3 or +2 card on that card, they're going to die. And the reason for that is they cannot hang with the supply. The amount of times that these cards are going to get packed in this team of the week, for a matter of fact, whatever is in the team of the week. So if you guys log on tomorrow morning and there's a best of team of the week, that gets sprung on you and you have an Inform Mbappe, get out of it really quick. I'm telling you. I know that you guys have been told by me and other people to never panic sell, but the amount of supply that is actually going to take place for that weekend on whatever is in packs, just understand, guys, Black Friday, whatever is actually available in packs to be packed is going to die because they will not be able to keep up. The cards will simply not be able to keep up with the supply. That's in my opinion, stuff that I have seen so many years now, and that you guys should know about because it's just true, right? That's what happens, and that's just the simple reality. Now, investing with this team of the week, because I know you guys are going to come at me all week and say, Nick, can we invest in this team of the week? Nick, is this a good investment? In my opinion, most of these team of the weeks are not going to be great investments because of the supply. In the past, the last 2 years, the team of the week that was available during Black Friday was never really that good. I want to take a look at the team of the week last year, though, because I know that 18 Team of the Week 10 is like almost like a landmark court case, dude. It's crazy. Like, everybody who plays FIFA 18 knew about Team of the Week 10. Everybody invested in it. It was a great Team of the Week. It didn't do that well. Last year we had Mahrez, Wijnaldum, Sane, Kane. I think that this Team of the Week also struggled to go up a bit in value. I'm going to check on this Inform Mahrez if Flippin lets me, because Mahrez, I remember making coins on Mahrez at some point in the year, so I don't remember if it was out of packs or what it was. Yeah, okay, so Mahrez at a certain point last year did get too cheap, and you guys can see right here that it was on the Sunday, Monday, and then he started going up a lot. So, I think that at a certain point, these cards are going to become really undervalued. It's just whether or not we got to scope it out and see, are we going to invest in them? How do we feel about them? But, I think that this year's equivalent to some of these cards, well, Sane did terrible. Mahrez was a difference because Mahrez was part of the first-time finesses. So, you got to look at, I think, of some few other players. Let's take a look at Mo Salah. Flippin's messing this up a little bit. Let's take a look at Mo Salah. So, Mo Salah went down out of packs as well. So, in my opinion, guys, overall, you probably just stay away. If there's any that I really like this week, it's Quincy Promes. He would be really safe. He's already like 25K. So, this dude, in my opinion, is going to get really low at some point, like maybe even close to discard. Very in-demand card, very popular. I would also say Mahrez is not bad if he gets really cheap. But guys like Son, other guys like these, they're going to have a lot of supply. It's probably something that you do want to stay away from just to be on the safer side, guys. I'm always trying to tell you guys the things to do to be safe. That's what I would do. Guys, I really think, though, man, some of the best things you guys can do tomorrow is during the first lightning round or two, just get on and start sniping, right? Simple things like that. And if you see any crazy price drops tomorrow, then just get out. Don't wait too long. Here's my thing always. If you guys start to see the market tomorrow, say, all right, let me give you an example, right? Let's say you need Gold Aubameyang tomorrow, and you really want him for your team, and you want to get a good price for him, all right? So, wait, is he 150? Is that a good buy? Wait a sec. Well, hold on. We had to send this to VAR, bro. That one just had a bid. Wait, I sold him at 170 this morning. Is that a good buy? Or did I just get that? Wait, hold up. Wait, exit and store items later. How do I do this? All right, so, what's his price? Oh, word. He's like 161. Wait, are these selling? 159. All right, I'm just going to list that 160. But that's not bad. So what I'm saying, let me go back to my point. So you want an Aubameyang for your team. We'll take that. I think that's what, 2.5K, but we'll take it. If you want an Aubameyang for your team, boys, and you're not really sure when to buy, if he's not that low tomorrow, what I would say to you guys, wait for that period when you think he's going to go low. And if you just sit there during lightning rounds and he's not dropping, then that's your key to buy. If we're getting mass supply tomorrow with the lightning rounds, and you're watching an icon or you're watching a gold meta like Aubameyang, like Mane, like one of these guys, if you're watching one of those players and they're not dropping, they're holding price through supply, it means that their demand is greater than their supply. Because trust me, the supply during the lightning rounds is crazy. That, in my opinion, would make me tell you that I think it's a buy, right? That would be, if you're watching a card tomorrow during the lightning rounds that is not moving in price, it's just sitting there and it's not getting cheaper, usually that's your key to know that it's a good buy. But sometimes even, I always like to say this, you guys can play it safe, man. Like, you guys could wait for it to go up a little bit, because if you look at last year and what happened in the last few years, most of the rises post-Black Friday are very high. So even if you buy a little bit late on Friday, look, it's impossible to get the best buy time. Last year I did not buy at the best time, right? I bought a little bit too late. And I should have bought a little bit earlier. I started going up a little bit, and I thought it was going to drop a little bit more again, and it had never dropped. So once everybody starts panic buying, it's almost like panic selling. Everybody just goes in on the same thing. It's just some constant thing that I feel like we see on FIFA with the panic buying and selling. What I'm going to stick to tomorrow, in my opinion, I'm going to scope out and see what EA decides to bring out for these best of players. If it causes a lot of panic on icons, I'm just going to go in on icons. That's probably what I'm going to do tomorrow. And I'm going to do probably 70% investing in icons tomorrow. Hopefully a drop in some of these cards. I know that these are very desirable cards for people to hop on during the weekend and play with. So if we get that kind of panic tomorrow, I'm gonna look into these guys, right? I think that's kind of where I'm deciding to go with it tomorrow. If we get panic on these types of players, or even if it's tonight or in the morning, if we get big price drops on these kinds of cards, there's going to be a point where I'm going to say, hey, that's too cheap. I know at the moment there are a lot of people invested. So I have a lot of coins compared to people. There are people right now that are starting to invest, I feel like. So I want to wait till we see that kind of panic at some point. I think what I'm going to see and scope out is if we get any panic on any other sort of card type, right? If there's not a lot of panic on icons, and let's say leading up to the lightning rounds tomorrow, there is dumb panic on meta golds. Like we're seeing some meta golds like Ronaldo that's down 100K, Messi's down 100K. These types of players, what I may say tomorrow is screw it. I'm not buying any icons. I have 15 mil. I'm just going to buy Messi's, Ronaldo's, these kinds of players because I feel like these guys are too cheap. And let's say maybe Ronaldo's inform is not in best of, right? And it drops like 300K tomorrow. I'm just going to buy some Ronaldo's, dude. I'm just going to be really like up in the air about what I'm going to do. And I'm going to play it by ear. I'm going to see how I feel. I'm going to look at some stuff. Me and my trading guys, the best thing about what I do is I always feel like I know. I always feel like I can really... I think I can always really kind of scope out what feels right in the moment. And I make a lot of buys on the move, right? I'm not always just making like buys that I'm deciding on. So that's something that I don't know yet. What I would say overall, guys, unless EA bring out best of with the best players in the game, unless we get a 30K SBC of like, let's say a 30K, I would say like Dembele Usman SBC combined with a player moments SBC, most of the popular and top tier cards you guys could expect to definitely start to rise after the window of panic or after whatever price that you guys have been watching them tomorrow. I would say that should happen pending that EA don't drain everybody and don't make the pack weight good. I have not seen good pack weight on Black Friday in years, so I don't think the pack weight is going to be good. That would be the only thing you're fighting is if EA actually decide to make the pack weight better, which would make no sense to me because there's no way, in my opinion, that EA would like to. Well, I mean, it's possible that EA would want to screw over market people more than than the pack weight, but it is what it is, right? We'll have to see, guys. It's going to be a super interesting day. I wanted to also tell you guys that I'll be live on Twitch really early tomorrow. So if you guys want to come hang out with me over there, I'll be live really early. Yeah, that's basically my thoughts on it, guys. That's where I sit right now. I think I'll see what's up. We'll see how everything's looking in the morning. Obviously, it's going to be hard to know exactly what to buy. My biggest tip to you guys at the end of the day, buy and pick a price that you're happy with. If you guys see a card, let's say you've been waiting to buy a certain card all week and you just want to start playing FIFA, which is maybe a rarity, just select the price and be happy with it, right? Don't get too greedy. Don't wait for that 2-3K undercut. And hey, if you end up buying a card tomorrow and you lose 10K on it, it is what it is, right? It happens. We move on. That's what I would say. That's my advice for tomorrow, though, boys. I mean, I'm going to be just looking at I'm going to be looking for this period of panic. And if we don't get this period of panic ever, then it's pretty much a GG. The market's probably going to fly. So then I'll start to buy some cards and we'll figure it out. I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you guys for the crazy support on the channel. I guess the channels of recent, man, it's been absolutely epic. So you guys are super appreciated for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a video soon. Peace out.